or welcome back to Inner Alchemy Oracle. My name is Tia, and today we are going to be looking at what your highest self wants you to hear right at this moment. So this will just be what you're destined to hear right now, what your higher self wants you to know at the time that you are coming across this video. This is a timeless tarot reading. And again, your own intuition, your own judgment, your decision making is what should be relied upon. I am just looking into the current energies, seeing what the cards say, and just interpreting what I feel is coming from the cards. But your own experience, intuition, and discernment is above all else. So always remember that. So to pick your pile, there are a couple of different things you can do. Definitely make sure you're relaxed. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth so that you are relaxed and grounded here into this space with me. We're going to get cozy and have a good time. I have a honey vanilla chamomile tea here. So I'll be sipping on that during our reading together, no matter what pile you pick. So get cozy with me, grab a hot cozy bed, pause the video, and just take a second to see which pile you're the most drawn to. Maybe you were drawn to one in the thumbnail before clicking onto this video. Maybe there's a particular pile or crystal that you are drawn to at this time. Or if you're drawn to multiple piles, that's okay too. So if you like to choose with a crystal, this is the crystal for pile number 1. For pile 2, we have this beautiful crystal here. And do not mind my nails, honey. I definitely am overdue for redoing them, but life goes on. And then we have this beautiful baby for pile number 3. So again, take a second to pause the video, get a nice hot cozy coffee, tea, whatever tickles your fancy. Get cozy and grounded into this space with me. Take a deep breath and allow your intuition to guide you to the pile that you feel the most drawn to or connected to. And then once you have selected your pile, you can find the timestamps in the description below, along with the decks that I will be using in this reading. So I'll see you in your reading. Bye. Hello there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this pile, then this is your reading all about what your higher self wants you to know at the time that you are coming across this video. This is timeless, so whenever you come across it, it is applicable to you. And remember to always trust your own intuition above all else. I am just reading what I feel the cards are telling me, what I see coming up in the cards, but your own intuition and discernment is always above all else. So if you chose this pile, you chose this beautiful blue agate crystal. I believe that's what this is. My memory is terrible with names, but I believe that is what that crystal is. Actually, I'll put it right there. Or I could put it right here. Okay, and then you chose this card as just the underlying energy for your group. So this could be a good way to do a energy check to see if this really is your pile. If you kind of felt unsure, anything like that, it could be a good indicator for that as well. So you have Equalizer with highest self. There is blue here too. So the blue is making me think of the throat chakra, heart chakra as well. I feel like some, yeah, that's what I feel. Like a burst of energy is kind of what this makes me think of. A burst of creativity, maybe a burst of abundance. This kind of makes me think of like honey, like the sweeter things in life, the finer things in life, like you stepping into like your most abundant self, or just like really reaping all of the sweet things that life has to offer is kind of what this card makes me feel. With the Equalizer, it kind of reminds me of the Justice card in tarot. Yeah, I was taking a sip of my tea really quickly. I have some honey vanilla chamomile, just so we can have a nice cozy vibe, and because I do a lot of yapping, it'll help keep my throat together. But let's see what the guidebook has to say on this. This is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. I will have all of the decks used in the description box below if you're curious. But for Equalizer, we have highest self. When we hear this, we think focus, center, direct, and this is what the Equalizer brings to your life. Here we see a glistening, milky looking drip similar to honey, and as bees work together to make the precious honey, we know it is all for the queen. We see the honeycomb pattern deep within the card and what looks like a vortex at the center. This card is an alert to get focused. It's time to stop manifesting and start taking action on your manifestations. You already have everything you need, and you know that this will pass. Some cultures believe our highest selves give the lessons we will have in life once we inhabit our human form. This is so that we can evolve our consciousness back to the 7th dimensional realm where it resides. When this card appears for you, it is time to take one to the face, and that may mean a hard truth or loving accountability. And the plant spirit we have is chamomile, which is what I'm drinking today. All right. Yeah. This, let's see, it said there's a honeycomb pattern. Is that what this said? Deep within the card, yeah. I don't see that, but that's okay. Yeah, this is really giving for me. What sticks out to me is it's time to stop manifesting and start taking action on your manifestations. I feel like with new age spirituality, there is a lot of like manifesting, just used a lot. It's like a really popular terminology, but thought of as if you think it, it will be. If you can visualize it in your mind, and it will be. And I think that visualization can be really helpful and really important. And I do fully believe that the energy and intention that we put into anything does have an impact on the world around us. The energy and intentions that we put out does have an impact on the world around us and how our world can respond to us. But there are also many things outside of our control as well. You know, so not everything, in my opinion, can be directly affected by our thoughts. But I think the thoughts and being able to visualize something is not enough on its own if you're just constantly planning, or constantly visualizing, getting a concept together. This is what I'm gonna do, getting your lists together, preparing, but never actually taking action. Especially action that is inspired by your meditating on, visualizing, things like that, so that you can take really inspired steps towards whatever that dream or goal or desire within your heart may be. You also have to show up in order for that to come towards you. You also have to put in work. I do think sometimes we have a bit of luck or divine favor, or however you want to look at it. There are some things that happen in that way, but in my opinion, the reality is a lot of things do take time. Like, they require effort and intention and practice. A lot of things that are really worthwhile and meant to be sustainable and long lasting, and that really are the best for us, do require us to put our focus and commitment into just continuously showing up in that effort. So I feel like your higher self, your highest self actually, and that's so funny that we have the highest self card come out for this higher self reading. But I feel like your higher self really wants you to go after the desires of your heart, is how I'm hearing it. So we're gonna look into the tarot to see more specific messages for you. I'm gonna place this over here, but again, that's your underlying energy. I'm gonna shuffle, and we're gonna see what messages come up. I'm gonna keep it pretty open-ended in terms of what your higher self wants you to know. I think it'll be really cool to just see what comes up and see what you're meant to hear right now, and just trust that however it applies to you or resonates with you, because this is a general reading. So let's see. Wow. We got cards jumping out. Two of Swords, which when it came out, I don't know if that was in frame or not, it did a whole, like, it was upside down and then it flipped upright. So maybe that could indicate a way that something is about to change. I don't know. We also have the Ten of Wands. Let's see. That card was face down. We're just gonna go with these. They all came out upright, so we'll go with these. We have the Strength card, the Hermit, wow, and the Seven of Wands in reverse. I'm gonna move this so I can put that right there. All right. Okay. I do feel like this really is feeling to me like an urge to make a decision, an urge to choose a direction and commit to that path is what I'm seeing. Like committing to a direction, really just, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like really just taking your time. I do feel like it's something that will require a bit of time with that like Ten of Wands. Like this is something, it feels like a commitment to me. We're definitely going to find out more as we continue to pull out more cards. I don't want to say too much, and then you know, the more I do have other decks that I'm using, so that will really help to expand and like give a bigger picture. But that's just what I'm feeling coming up from here right now. I do feel like this is a pretty introspective period for you with the Hermit. I feel like you're really like, you're locking in is what this feels like to me. This is energy of you're getting locked in to what your path is. You're making a decision, you're choosing a direction, and you're locking in. Is really what I see for this. And then let's see, I do really love the guidebook for this deck too. So I'm curious about the Seven of Wands in reverse. Defending yourself, being attacked, being misunderstood, a need to erect energetic boundaries, a lack of preparation, giving up. Haters. They'll emerge only after you've made it to your perch, whipping their wands about and asking you to defend your accomplishments. Sometimes competition emerges as a result of shining brightly in the world. If you are feeling attacked after sharing your magic, it is important to remember that others likely want what you have. So stand up bravely and continue to do your beautiful thing. Mindfully call feelings of love and well-being into your body and create a protective bubble of energy around you. Remain synchronized and aligned with your bright vision and reject any low vibe, negative states that others may be pushing. You don't have to accept their opinions as truth, especially when they are vying for your position. Check to make sure you are acting in a way that is aligned with your highest values, and when you know you are, don't let anyone stop you from achieving your dreams. And the affirmation here is, I am deserving of this success, and I will bravely shine my light into the world. Yeah, I think that there could, with this Hermit card coming up, I feel like you're going to be, and the Strength card, I feel like you're going to be finding a lot of confidence. Like your higher self is coming through to support you and give you strength to help your light really shine. I feel like this is an encouragement for you to allow your light to shine and allow it to reach and resonate with those that it's meant to. However this applies for your situation, because again, this is a general reading, but I feel like you kind of going within a bit more, like validating yourself, understanding yourself, learning yourself, just really committing to yourself. I feel like that is something that's really going to allow you to shine even more brightly, and I think that it would probably benefit you and maybe remove some confusion to take out so many other opinions, take out what other people have to say and what they think or what they may be projecting onto your experience. I think that having like wise counsel or support, or just being able to consider other perspectives can be good. And I think that sometimes there are times where it's better for you, your situation, what you need to learn, your path, that everybody doesn't, understand. It's okay. Like just because someone doesn't understand doesn't mean that it's invalid, if that makes sense. And so you don't necessarily have to take everything to heart that other people say or feel. Also, if you hear some crunching, that is Moon, my cat, in the background eating. Y'all know he's a big back. If you have been in one of my last two previous readings, then he was also eating there. So my son is a big back, y'all. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea real quick. Okay. I'm gonna get into this reading a little bit more, so I'm gonna pull out these Magickal spell cards. I love this deck. Again, we'll have them all listed in the description box, but would love to see further clarification and expansion on this energy. I feel like you do have a lot of creative, like unique energy, and some of the like most innovative, creative, brightest, legendary, iconic minds in the world, just in the history or even in our present day, received a lot of rejection, received a lot of being misunderstood. Like that was a normal part of their journey. And had they listened to those things, had they allowed themselves to internalize those things and not stay committed to their path, maybe this is you having like that energetic baggage from other people that you need to let go of too. With that 10 of Wands, I'm kind of feeling that, but I think, the greatest people didn't necessarily have to be understood in their vision before it fully came into like manifestation, but they continued taking the action anyway, and then they let their creation speak for itself, So like Beyonce is coming to mind for me, and y'all know with Cowboy Carter and all of the controversy around her right now, just with going into the country genre and the history of Black people within that genre. Not to go off on a whole tangent, but Beyonce just popped into my head, so that could be like something you relate to or resonate with you. But just think about all the rejection that she has received, all of the criticism, all of the projections from other people. I'm sure that she has felt misunderstood by the world at various points, but it doesn't matter because she's been herself. She stayed true to her. She stuck to her vision, and it's worked out for her. She's seen extreme success from that, and she's going down in history. Like she's already a legend, and she will. Like, she's one of the biggest entertainers ever. So anyway, can y'all tell that I'm a Beyonce fan? Because I totally just went down a rabbit hole, but that's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up. So like, just an example, I just realized these are out of frame, so I'm gonna move these up too. But we have victory, fertility, and wisdom. Yeah, pile number one. You will be successful on this path. I think that you have a lot of fertile energy, meaning that whatever you're planting right now, whatever you're taking action on right now, whatever you commit to right now will bloom. Like, this is really fertile energy. I'm seeing 5:55 on my clock right now, as well. So that could signify some sort of change for you. But I do feel like whatever seeds you plant right now, like, they will provide a long-lasting, stable, rooted foundation for you. I feel like you will see success with them, with whatever this is, however this resonates with you, whatever is already in your heart, or maybe has been like subconsciously in your mind, or even at the forefront of your mind more consciously. This is something that will be fruitful for you. And I think it's important to lean and trust in your own discernment. Maybe do meditations to connect with your higher self, meditations, like having that time alone to learn your own voice, to learn your own inner voice, and lean into your own inner wisdom from your own experiences, and your soul's wisdom could be very beneficial to you right now. I feel like your highest self really wants you to lean on them right now. Your higher self wants you to connect with them more and realize the true strength and power and just fertile energy that's already within you, wisdom that's already within you right now. You're her, him, you're them, you're that one, you know? So I love this for you, pile one. Let's look in our next deck. This is the Work Your Light Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Okay. Let's see what else comes out to further clarify. Share your voice. Yes, we have that throat chakra energy that I was talking about. Share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. Yeah, so you might feel like like I said, your confusion, your cloudedness, your hesitance, your resistance, it's coming from other people's projections. It's not even anything that is actually true for you or has any impact, should have any impact on you, or, you know, unless you let it. I feel like you are somebody who could be misunderstood, or maybe the people immediately around you not even, you know, probably having any bad intentions. Like, they might not have any bad intentions with it, but they just don't understand or see the vision, you know? And so I think that that is something that has really been maybe making you doubt yourself or like lose confidence in yourself a little bit. But your higher self really has a lot of wisdom. Like, you have a really wise soul. You have a strong intuition, a deep inner knowing that you should follow with this Pleiades card, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. To me, whatever it is that is going to come from the seeds you're planting right now is something that will have a positive impact on your community around you, whether that's a small group of people around you or on a larger scale. It could be very different for different people watching this, but I think that no matter what, you are really being divinely guided to do something that will have a really positive impact on humanity in general, on people in general. And this is something that's allowing you to bring more love into the world, to bring a different more fresh perspective into the world. I'm hearing like trailblazer, like you being one of a kind is something that really works for you. When you think about people who are trailblazers in their respective paths, they experienced a lot of rejection as well, you know, and they weren't always understood by everybody, but then they ended up really innovating. Like being a trailblazer, you're able to be really innovative and you think outside of the box. And a lot of times it's like, it happens almost like it feels fated, like it's by accident almost, even though it's something that you're really committed to. Like it feels accidental just because of how magical or how aligned it is, or the synchronicities, but it's something that you're committing to, and it's something that will be fruitful for you. We have like all the nature in this card, like it will be fruitful for you, but I think you really just need to commit to that and take this time to commit to your path and block out the noise. Block out the noise for sure. So to close out your reading, we're just gonna get some affirmation cards to see what affirmation or messages your higher self wants to share with you right now, or wants you to just keep close during this time period. So let's see. I love this deck. I, for a while, would use this affirmation deck whenever I would use my like 5-minute journal. You know, that 5-minute journal that was going like viral all over the place. All the YouTube and TikTok girlies and everything were using them. But either way, I was doing that, and I would always pull for the daily affirmation portion because part of one of the journal prompts is a daily affirmation. I would use this deck and I really enjoyed it. So again, it'll be in the description box, but I just really love this affirmation deck. So what is more pile number ones? We're gonna let this one come out. Higher self, we want them to know what affirmations. Whew. Anything else? Okay. We have, my body is powerful and knows how to heal itself. That inner wisdom, your body, your soul has wisdom in it. Your body is designed to function in unity. If you get cut, your body heals the wound. Your body will always choose to heal itself and has unlimited power to do so. That's beautiful. Let me take a little tea break. Put the top on that so it does not get too cool. Okay, I love that. Take a picture of that. My body is powerful and knows how to heal itself. If you want to take a screenshot so you can write that down for later or something, if you want to keep it with you. We also have, I am open to love. Oh, that's beautiful, because I think if you feel judged or if you feel misunderstood, I think that there can be feelings of shame or like a lack of confidence or maybe closing off that can come from that, especially with that Hermit energy coming up. Like, I think the Hermit energy can be very positive and it has its place, but I think it's important. I think this is like a reminder from your highest self to keep your heart open to love, but still just follow the natural like cycles that you're being led in. We have love yourself and you will be the light that others are drawn to. It starts within. It starts within. So this is a journey that starts with you better understanding yourself and connecting with yourself so you can fulfill your purpose. And that's really powerful. Love yourself and you will be the light that others are drawn to. There's that affirmation if you want to take a screenshot. I am open to love. And then let's see, for the last one we have, my inner self always knows what to do. That inner wisdom, honey. Whenever you have to make a decision, pay attention to what you feel in that moment. Is your discomfort or anxiety coming out of fear? Or do you feel as if it is somehow justified? Tarot on YouTube always says in her readings, anxiety screams and intuition whispers, And I love that, because I think when something comes out of fear, you understand that it feels panicky in your body. It genuinely does feel different. I'm someone who has anxiety, and it for me can produce a really physical response in my body, like cold sweats and shaking and things like that, and just like overwhelmed with emotion and just like tears, can't hold back the tears or emotion, and I kind of just like freeze. And that's like screaming, that's like my body panicking. That's not my intuition when something happens, or feeling like a scary sense of urgency. Anything that produces fear to me is not intuition, and that is something that has helped me to kind of discern what is not my intuition. And then discerning what is my intuition is spending that time with myself in reflection, building that awareness, connecting with myself, meditating, things like that, and then understanding, kind of studying and practicing following my intuition and noticing, observing how that feels in my body. So that could be a good practice that's good for you to have. Pile number 1. If you want to take, did I finish reading that whole thing? Yeah, I did. If you want to take a screenshot to save that for later, my inner self always knows what to do. So that is your reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here. If there was anything that you connected to, any insights that you would like to share, I would love for you to comment down below. I'd love to talk to you and just see how this may have resonated with you. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this reading. Subscribe to stay connected with me and a part of the Inner Alchemy community. And I love you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose group 2, then this is your reading all about what your higher self wants you to know at this very moment that you're watching this reading. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, it's meant for you. And always remember, your intuition and discernment is above all else. So if you do hear something that doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. This is just me really expressing what I see and feel from the cards and what I feel I'm channeling. So please do not feel like this is the end all be all for your life. But you chose this crystal if you were in group number 2. I believe this is Rhodonite. I'm terrible with names, but I believe that may be it. And then you chose this card, which is Mabudi or Key. So we're going to look in the guidebook. I love the guidebook for this deck. This is the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. I love it. So let's see. It says, Mabudi is smiling with a welcoming hand, movement that is representative of Tai Chi as multiple keys. Wait, I'm going to start that over. Sorry, let me start that over, because I think I just read that awkwardly and it didn't make sense. So sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so Mabudi is smiling with a welcoming hand movement that is representative of Tai Chi as multiple keys circle around him. That was better. The last card of the deck is the Source card, which serves as a reminder that you have all the answers within you. Balance in all forms is true to any key. Symbols from around him spiral. All the lessons from the cards come to fruition here in a full circle. Mabudi shows us that the key to your happiness is indeed within yourself. Even coming to the cards is only a reminder to spend time balancing the energies inside us all. If Mabudi has shown up for you, ask yourself, am I ready to transform? Am I ready to heal? Am I ready to co-create? Spoiler alert, you are. You are the key, honey. The key is within you. This makes me think of Keys to the Kingdom from the Lion King album that Beyonce did. I think that song was with Tiwa Savage, but I could be wrong, but Keys to the Kingdom from that Lion King album. So this card represents just the underlying energy for this group. So if that doesn't resonate, this may not be your group. And that's okay. But that is just representing the underlying energy. So we're gonna look into some tarot cards next just to see what comes up. And you know, I am going to use the Modern Witch Tarot for this. I was gonna use a different one, but I feel called to use this one instead. So that's what I'm gonna do. That was a terrible shuffle, huh? It's because I need to cut these nails down. Like, my nails just grow so fast, I have to keep them short. Because when they grow out, because I'll put collagen in my coffee in the morning, it just gets way too long for me to function. I'm not one of those people that can function with long nails, so yeah. Since I was yapping, we're just gonna put those back because I do go on tangents. It's the ADHD, but since I was yapping, we're gonna put those back. And if they were meant to come out, they will, but we're just gonna see what messages your higher self, what the main themes of the messages your higher self has for you are. So let's see what those, and I'm gonna stop yapping for a second so we can at least get to that. Okay, more 4 energy. The first card that came out was a 4. So 4 energy is in effect. We also have the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One in reverse. I like that. I like how they changed that to the Hanged One. And we have the Chariot, which came out sideways. So we'll see what that means. The deeper we get into your reading, just kind of clarify that. I'm gonna try to get one more. We have the 8 of Pentacles. All right. So, my pile number 2s. I feel like with the 4 of Wands, there's some sort of commitment, some sort of foundation, some sort of commitment that you're making. This does make me feel like some sort of coming together. It could be coming together with a romantic partner. It could be with yourself. I feel like for most of the people in this reading, this could be a commitment to yourself or just some sort of commitment or coming together that balances your perspective, I feel like. And that is something that allows you to make like really quick forward movement, or either this is something that is moving in your life in a really quick way. Like, this is really fast moving energy, in my opinion. And I feel like it's something like, I feel like especially with this card that came out, it is more to do with your relationship with yourself. And that could even be something that informs like whatever commitment or connection you have with someone else. But this is a general reading, so it could apply differently, you know, just depending on your specific situation. It can apply differently for everyone, but I do feel like this is you creating something. Like, this is some fast moving energy. Let's look at the next deck to see, just kind of clarify a bit more. I want to get deeper into this and especially clarify like what type of connection this is, what type of commitment you're making, and just what this really means for you. I'd love to clarify this right there, but this is interesting. That's what's coming up for me initially, but let's get a fuller picture and get some oracle cards to just really clarify and expand on what this energy is. Okay. I'll just leave those right there. Let's see, maybe one more, please. Oop. This is 3 cards. We're just gonna go with it. Why not? They all came out face up, so we're gonna go with it. We have creativity by all above and all below. Let me connect, let creativity flow. A lot of purple with those two cards. I love that. We have harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. Yeah, you're creating something for sure. Romance. So this is a romantic connection. Okay, this definitely is some sort of romantic connection. But I think that romance can also be with ourselves. Like intimacy, I think can also be with ourselves. And I'm someone who believes that like our foundation for relationships and intimacy with anybody does start with ourselves first. But this is definitely some sort of like relationship, a commitment you're making in a relationship. Romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. We have magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know. Magic's secrets to me now show. We have psychic protection. Around me now, a shield of gold protecting me strong and bold. And we also have organization. Purpose, planning, efficiency now come to me so easily. Yeah, I feel like I feel like there are two different messages coming through here. So one thing that your higher self wants you to know is that like you will be taking the next steps in solidifying some sort of relationship or commitment, like taking the next steps in a commitment with yourself or someone else. But I do feel like it's a romantic connection or with yourself. I think it could be mixed. Again, this is a general reading, so I'm kind of feeling like both of those energies coming up. So take that how it resonates. But I feel like somehow taking this commitment to the next level is something that like really opens you up in some way. It changes a perspective. It unlocks something within you. Like there's something that's changing within you. And it's creating like this really magical, abundant energy. It's helping you to really get focused. It's helping you to get organized. It's helping you to really like unlock something within yourself. I feel like this commitment is inspiring you and just maybe making you look at yourself in a different light, see yourself in a different light and tap into a different part of yourself. And I feel like you will be protected within this connection, but also in whatever you're creating that comes from this inspiration or transformation that you are experiencing from this relationship really flourishing or going to the next level. And however that really positively impacts you. I do feel like this is a really positive like change. I feel like you and this person have a really positive influence on each other, which is really beautiful. But yeah, I do feel like there's some sort of growth. This could be maybe you having like some sort of family. I don't know. For some of you, if you want that, if it resonates with you, that could be something that's coming up because there's a lot of 4 energy. There's those 4s. We also have 6 here and there. So this does make me feel like family, marriage, some sort of commitment, taking the next steps in some sort of way. Again, it will be different and apply to you in different ways, but ooh, I don't know. This is definitely something that I feel like you're happy about. Like this is a really positive change. Like I'm so excited for you. I'm a hopeless romantic, so this feels really exciting to me. Yeah. I feel giddy myself. Like, I don't know. I feel butterflies myself. Like this is unlocking something inside of you, unlocking some sort of creative energy. This could be fertile creative energy for from yourself, or like within yourself, like fertile creative energy within yourself, or, you know, like actually fertile energy in some other way, where you're like literally creating life, potentially, and growing your family in some way. I do feel like you're having, for some of you, this could also be that you are strengthening your intuitive connection, if this is your connection with yourself. And even if it's not, I do feel like for my group twos, this is also like a strengthening of your intuition as well, like really getting some like big downloads, I feel like, coming in. But this is a lot of like stability, family, a deeper connection with yourself. This is really positive energy that's coming into your life. This is like everything you've ever wanted, and it kind of like, I feel like it's moving fast. It's coming in fast with the Chariot, for sure. There's a lot of things happening for you. You may feel like you have a lot going on, or it's like a lot of changes at one time, but I think just being organized, staying organized is something that will really help you navigate this energy, because to me, it feels like there are different things at play, different things going on at one time, like different changes happening at one time, but these changes are in some way solidifying your, solidifying like your home life and your family life and your stability. We had the Share Your Voice card come out for group 1 as well. So if you were drawn to group 1, then that could be further confirmation. Or this could be that group 2 is like the evolved energy for group 1. Maybe you watched group 1 at one point and then you come back at a later date and feel that you're drawn to group 2. Like, I feel like that could be something that happens. But we have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. This is really basking in the good things that life has to offer and realizing like how much abundance and is around you. This could be either romanticizing your life in connection with yourself, or like, again, that deeper romance with someone else, flourishing and taking those next steps. But however it resonates for you, it is bringing in a lot of just abundance, beautiful, playful, light, fun feelings. Like, you're enjoying your life. You're like, this is really bubbly energy. This is also you kind of really connecting deeper with your authenticity, sharing more of your authentic self, sharing more of who you truly are, feeling more grounded and rooted in yourself. And I feel like this is also, you're also feeling really cared for during this time. I feel like with this deep replenishment card, like you could have been coming from like a difficult time period or something for some of you, or like just a challenging situation or a challenging time period. And I feel like this change for you is coming in quickly and it's welcome, although it feels like a lot of things changing at once. Change can be a very good thing, right? It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. It can be a great thing. And I feel like although there's a lot of things changing at once, and this is like quick moving energy, for some reason, in some way, it's providing strong stability from you. You're feeling cared for, you're feeling nourished, you're getting organized, this is like, I don't know, it's like changes that are working out in your favor and are allowing you to feel more full and recharged and rested. I would love to see what comes up in the guidebook for this deep replenishment card. This is having to do with your emotions as well, like We have the imagery of the roses in romance and roses here too. So this is really beautiful energy. The most selfless thing you can do is fill up your own inner well. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely a mix between like your relationship with yourself and a connection with someone else. And it could even, if it's not either or, it could be both. That this applies to like your relationship with yourself changing in some way and going to the next level, deepening the intimacy you have with yourself and your romantic partner. But let's see what else the book says. When we are running around half filled, we subconsciously look to things and people around us to give us the nourishment and nurturing that we so deeply crave. Nothing can grow in barren lands. You are no good to anyone if you're running on empty. The feminine is bountiful, fertile, and rich. Tend to your own well and watch as the amount you have to give multiplies. If your inner well isn't full, you will find yourself craving things from the outside world to fill it. This is our body's instinctive way of reaching for the grounding and nurturing that we are not allowing for ourselves. What nourishes you? What refuels your body? What is nectar for your soul? What brings you back to life? What is your secret medicine? What makes you feel abundant and fertile? Overspilling with life. And I talked about feeling really like fertile energy, feeling abundant. We have this harvest card. It's talking about like receiving, which is like, that's a feminine energy, the energy of receiving. And again, like I said, this is you feeling really cared for. This is you caring for yourself and just feeling really cared for as well. Let's see, where did I stop off? It may be gardening, arranging flowers, getting a massage, using luxurious essential oils, snuggling up on the couch, hiking, sipping a good coffee at your favorite cafe, attending a women's circle, reading about sacred sites, spontaneous bike rides, walking along the beach, or yin yoga. What nourishes you is your medicine. When you give yourself the medicine that you need to be nourished, you nourish all those around you, for there's more than enough to go around. And then your work, your light action is do something that replenishes you today. Yeah, with the flowers growing, like this is like with the harvest card, this is really fertile energy, but you're really just like soaking in and having fun with like the best things that your life has to offer. And I do feel like this is going to be a really enjoyable time period for you, for sure. Like this is like your foundation in life and your stability in life, your resources being secured and solidified. This is like your relationships and like you having your own family and foundation, and like relationships going to the next level. Commitment is what this is making me feel like. And this is also a deepening with your own inner authenticity and your own inner intuition, which I think just really helps you to connect with yourself so much in a way that is what maybe is helping your relationships to be so abundant and is supporting this fertile energy that you have right now. If maybe you are having a child, or maybe just fertile as in just the abundance all around you. It could, again, just be different things for different people, just depending on your situation. So let's see what affirmations your higher self wants to leave you with. Let's see, I'm just gonna get one more. One more, please. My group number 2's highest self. I'm really feeling this one. Okay. So we have, asking for help is a gift I give myself and others. This is like reciprocal relationships. I'm feeling, again, feeling cared for, caring for yourself, reciprocity, getting back what you're giving. Not that it's like a tit for tat or that's how we do things, but you're just really, this is energy of reciprocity. Admitting that you need help shows strength of character. Also, there's more purple. There's a lot of purple here. So this is really making me think about like, maybe you have a lot of angelic protection around you, or this is like your intuition just really also being something that grows from the really fertile energy that's around you right now. This is like really fertile energy around you. And it's like, these are things that are coming in quick. Like, this isn't the beginning stages. This is like, it's coming. Back to this though, admitting that you need help shows strength of character. It takes a great person to let go of their ego and accept guidance. The ego will always fight for its survival. It's always up to you if you let it win. Allowing more of that feminine energy in. Allow yourself to be romanced. Romance yourself. So if you want to take a screenshot of that affirmation and keep it with you. Next we have my blank. So you insert whatever you need there. Group 2 does not measure my worth. Whether that's your looks, weight, body, etc., whatever you're struggling with or whatever you want to release from your identity and your self-worth, insert there, group 2, as your affirmation. Your opinion about yourself is formed by your thoughts. You can be the richest man alive but feel miserable about yourself, or you can be the person that wakes up in the morning feeling blessed for just waking up. It's your call. I feel like a meditation practice is something that would be really good for you to help you connect with yourself, maybe help you really channel a lot of these, like this fertile energy, this abundant energy, just all the energies around you really well, help you to stay balanced in a good feeling place and just really support you at this time. It could be a way that you're nurturing yourself, but this is again, nurturing yourself, which is not just physically, it's also nurturing your attitude, your mindset, your mental health. So what is it that you can release or change your perspective on with the Hangman so that you are more empowered? And then finally we have everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. These are destined things. I feel like these are things that you maybe knew would happen. Like this is like your vision coming into fruition. In terms of romance, it says always, you are always guided and supplied with whatever you need for your growth. This is a lot of angelic energy and protection that's there. If you want to take a screenshot, yeah, a lot of angelic energy and protection. I'm honestly really excited for you. I feel like there's going to be just things falling into place, a lot of changes, but these are changes that are things falling into place for you, and it could be something that you have wanted for a long time or you always knew would happen for you for a long time. And I feel like that is something that is coming in for you now really quickly. And I feel like you're caring for yourself, you're feeling cared for, you're caring for your relationships and your family, and like really just beautiful, abundant, fertile energy all around you. Like you're creating a really fertile and abundant space around you from your own intention and from your own heart and the beautiful soul that you are. So that is all for you, my group 2s. Thank you so much for joining me here for your reading. If you feel like this resonated with you, if any part of this reading resonated with you, if you felt like there were any insights or anything you gained, I'd love to hear from you. Please comment down below and let me know how this might have connected with you. Give this video a like, please, if you enjoyed the reading, and subscribe if you haven't, so you can join the Inner Alchemy Oracle community and stay connected for future readings. So again, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Bye. Hello there, my beautiful group number 3s. If you chose this pile, then this is your reading all about what your higher self wants you to hear right now. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this video, it is meant for you to hear it and receive it. I wonder why my candle is doing that. Anyway, not important, but whenever you come across this video, it is meant for you to hear it and receive it. So we are going to get into the card that you chose and the crystal that you chose. I forget the name, but I'll have it in the description box below, along with all of the decks that I used for this reading. They'll be listed in the description box. But yeah, always remember that this is a general reading and your intuition is king. So I'll just read what comes up in the cards. If it resonates for you, great. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Trust your intuition. But we're just gonna get into it. So We'll place your crystal there, and then we're going to get into your card. This represents the underlying energy of the group or the pile. So this card is Abracadabra, and it says connect. So we're going to look at the guidebook for this deck to see what it says. Okay. It says Abracadabra is said to be a magical series of numbers, and if you write it out in a certain way, it will bring miracles into your life. The literal translation is, I will create as I speak. In this card, you are encouraged to speak your heart. The topical oracle tells you to rub your heart and chest with love. Speak to your heart in a way that creates a gratitude rampage. Take the topic of your choice and rub the spelling of Abracadabra onto your heart chakra and just be. Be still, be here. For extra integration, do the pairing below and read all the cards in the spread. Interesting. The plant spirit is aloe. So maybe aloe is something good for you to connect with right now. Yeah. Maybe doing some things that help you connect with or align with your heart chakra, that help you open it up. Things like that could be good. Yeah, so that's what the guidebook says for that. That is interesting. I feel like this, I feel like this reading could focus on your heart chakra and maybe ways to open that up. But we're going to look more into the tarot. I'm going to use a tarot deck and a couple of oracle decks and an affirmation deck just to look into further what this energy is, what messages your higher self wants to bring through. So we're going to get into it. Also, don't mind this scratch on my hand and the fact that I'm desperately in need of a fill. I will be getting that soon, but my cat Moon scratched me up the other day when we were playing. It was accidental. He is a gentle boy. But just going to get into the cards. These cards are going to represent just the main themes of the message or messages that your higher self has for you. So I'm going to get like 4 cards. It's my goal. That one feels like it wants to come out. Thank you. What are the main themes of the message for my group 3s? Main messages for main messages for my group 3s, please. Oop. Oop. Okay. Those fell out, but this is too many. So let's see. I'm gonna move that over a little. I also switched the background from the other piles and the intro, just the surface that I was laying the cards on. This is a bit easier for me to work with texture-wise, but pink is my favorite color, and so I still wanted to have like a pinkish vibe. So if you notice that is different, then you're correct. I did change it. Oh wow, the star card. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. Do we have room for one more maybe? Is there one more? Okay. I feel like that's all that wants to come out. And I did just want 3 to 4, so we're just gonna stick with this. So we have the King of Cups, the 9 of Cups, Judgment, and the Star. So this definitely to me is giving living life from your heart, letting your inner soul shine, let your, I feel like you have such a special heart, and please bear with me while I get this out and just kind of like how the energy feels to me. Please be patient with me as I just kind of get some words to that. But this is definitely like your heart, like the innermost parts of yourself, what makes you unique, what makes you special, the light that is within you that shines so bright with the Star card. Like with the Judgment card, this is you freeing that and opening your heart. And so I do think with this Abracadabra Connect card, that was definitely a call for, like, I feel like what your higher self is trying to say is to be yourself, lead with your heart, lead with your authenticity a bit more. Like, that is your light. That is a part of your unique purpose in this world, to be who you are. And I think that getting in touch with like the inner depths of yourself, of your emotions, your souls, understanding yourself, having this deep intimacy with yourself and your soul, and allowing that to shine and come forth and really guide your life, like allowing that to come forth authentically, is going to bring you a lot of inner fulfillment, a lot of emotional fulfillment. But I do feel like it will also bring you maybe material abundance as well, or like physical abundance in different ways as well. But especially with this Nine of Cups, I do feel like this is like inner fulfillment. Like, this has this light kind of beaming out from like the chest, their chest being open in this card. This is coming out from like their soul. This is like the light, that this is representing the light that is within them. So with like the cups energy, this is your emotions, your inner light, your authenticity, your heart, what is unique about you really coming through and shining. And so I think your higher self really wants you to do something that will allow you to connect with that part of yourself, the deep parts of yourself. I feel like a lot of answers, or at least like what's next, like what do I do next, a lot of like guidance, like I feel like there's a lot of guidance that's going to come from that. The more you connect with yourself, the more you connect with your heart in these deep ways, and kind of let that be the thing that guides you, at least for right now. If you've been feeling called to do that, I think that's something that could really just, it will lead you to a completely fulfilled place. Whatever that fulfillment looks like for you could be different, because this is a general reading. But I do feel like that is just following your inner authenticity and connecting with yourself, and allowing that to be something that guides you, and trusting that it's going to take you down a path that will lead to like emotional stability, emotional fulfillment, emotional, just really feeling grounded in yourself is what this feels like. Really stable, really fulfilled, and fulfilled in a lot of different ways. Really confident in yourself. And I think that like something that's been similar through all three groups in this reading is this emphasis of connecting and being grounded in yourself. So that could be just a theme for the collective in general, just being grounded within yourself, really rooting within yourself, really having the relationship that you have with yourself being the focus, and ensuring that that is the strongest foundation of all. I feel like that has been an underlying, like, main foundational message for all three groups. So you could have been drawn to multiple groups. I do feel like there have been nuances in terms of like romance and the specific messages maybe that have or have not come out, and like how this plays out for each person. But you could very well have been called to multiple piles in this reading, or all three, or just one. But I do love that there's just like this collective calling to really root within ourselves, because that really does have such an impact on how we connect and show up and experience and interact, and even understand ourselves better and just learn. Okay, so I do want to look more into this energy. So we're going to go into our next deck. Again, I'll have them all listed below in the description if you're interested. Let's see. These are so big. They're a little harder to shuffle. Okay. Please clarify these messages further for my group 3, please. Oh, wow. This was too many cards. We're gonna go with these. Wow, y'all have so many cards that want to come out. We'll just go with all of these. Why not? Okay. Let's see if I can fit all of these in here. That one over here. Okay. Cool. All right. So we have study, beauty, harmony, healing, and justice. Starting off with study, I feel like this is about like self-study, to be honest. There's a single person in all of these cards, and it all really to me points to like inner fulfillment, authenticity, self-love. This card also talked about like connecting with your heart chakra. And I do feel like this is like you having like this self-study so you can understand how to better support yourself, so you understand and connect with yourself in better ways so that you can feel more confident in who you are and just really have like clear emotions. This is you being able to connect with and understand yourself in a way that you support yourself and meet your needs in a way that is just really like strong and stable, especially with that King of Cups. To me, this is like strong and stable emotion. So you're really like, especially with this harmony card as well, I feel like you do, I feel like this is you just really being so connected to yourself and your heart chakra in a way that like you have this awareness that you just know how to support yourself with any sort of like, not that nothing gets to you or not that you don't have emotions, but you're able to like, you've learned so much or you've connected to yourself in such a way, like your study of yourself and that self-study, that's a part of a regular yoga practice as well. Having that self-study is just allowing you to be like better equipped with the tools and have a more like balanced mood, mental stability. Again, I'm not a therapist, a licensed clinician in any way. So I think that you could connect to yourself and have self-study in a way in therapy as well. Like that's a tool for self-study. There's so many different ways that you can approach self-study. So it doesn't have to be limited to like a meditation practice. It could be journaling, it could be meditation, it could be movement, it could be exploring your creative ideas. There's just endless ways that you could have that self-study. But I do feel like it's just creating like a really strong emotional stability within yourself. And then with this beauty card, I feel like this is you really connecting to the beauty within yourself. This always makes me think of like romanticizing your life, and especially because this energy is really focusing on like your inner authenticity and your inner light shining. I feel like this has to do with you seeing the beauty within yourself, the beauty within your heart, which allows you to see the world around you with more beauty. You're seeing the divinity within yourself, which allows you to see the divinity more in others, and you're able to have a more harmonious and balanced emotional experience within yourself and with how you interact with other people, is how this feels to me. And I feel like it's really like healing for you in terms of relationships and your relationships with yourself, in terms of your ability to feel safe and confident being yourself and being authentic, because it can be really hard. I feel like especially in this day and age with social media, or if even outside of social media, with people potentially like just offering unsolicited opinions or judgments, or even if it doesn't come from a negative place, I feel like there's so much just exposure and so many more pathways for people to feel entitled to like offer an opinion or a judgment in a way that it's maybe not warranted, or maybe you have had an experience where you have felt judged, or like it wasn't safe to be yourself. Again, it's a general reading, so that could show up, and that could have showed up for you in any sort of different way. But I just feel like in general, this is healing for my group threes, in that you're just able to more safely and confidently show up as yourself. And it's really like with the Judgment card and Justice here, that's really like freeing for you and your soul. That is something that's providing you so much freedom, so much emotional fulfillment. Like this to me just screams you're secure within yourself, you're emotionally fulfilled. I feel like this is like your heart's desire, what would bring you fulfillment in your life in general, what truly comes from your heart is what you're able to bring into your experience because of this like healing work that you're doing, because of the self-study, because of connecting with yourself and your heart chakra, and this like inner work that you're doing. It's allowing you to show up in this way and really bring justice to this like wounded or hidden or repressed part of yourself. So this is really beautiful. Oh my god, like this is beautiful energy for you. Like this is a really healing like self-love journey, and I honestly really love this for you because I've said in every pile that like our relationship with ourselves is really the foundation for everything. Also, I got a milk frother for Christmas. This is so random, but I just took a sip of my latte that I made. I got a milk frother for Christmas from my aunt and her family, my aunt, uncle, and my 2 cousins. And I've just been going crazy this weekend making lattes with it. So I have a little latte with just some honey and cinnamon in it for like sweetening and flavor, and absolutely love it. So that is my cozy vibe and beverage for this reading. I'd love to see you comment down below if you have a cozy beverage with you, because we do love the cozy heart-centered vibes over here. Comment down below what you're drinking. Okay, back to the reading. We're gonna look at this next deck just to see just more messages that may be coming up for you. Like this card wants to come out. We have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand behind you. I really love that too, because I pointed out how in a lot of these cards, the people were singular. So this is like an inner journey that you're going on, and that could maybe feel a little isolating for some people, or this is just to me work that you're doing on your own. Maybe, you know, this is inner work. Nobody else can do it for you. Only you can do it for yourself. However, you're having a lot of support. You're having a lot of ancestral and angelic, a lot of spirits support in this inner journey, because it's not an easy thing to do that inner work, that inner reflection, that self-study, that understanding yourself and tending to your needs and doing what's best for you, even if sometimes it's not what you necessarily want to do or the easiest thing. It's not always easy to do what's best for you. And again, like I said, to be authentic. So I feel like you are receiving a lot of like spiritual, a lot of support from spirit, a lot of support from your ancestors. So maybe like connecting in like prayer. If you have an altar, doing an offering to your altar could be a good idea. Oh my gosh, we have get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Connecting with nature could also be something that really helps you connect to and open up your heart chakra. Like that could be something that just making sure that you stay grounded. Like I said in the beginning, I feel like is so essential to you just being like, if you think about like a tree, it gets really windy and the tree might sway, but it stays rooted. Like a really strong tree with a thick trunk. Maybe it's been there for like centuries. This is just what's popping into my head. They may sway, but they don't move. Or if you think about mountains, I love the imagery of mountains. If there's strong winds, there may be like the trees on the mountain, or the grass or the dirt or the things that are on the mountain may move, but the mountain itself is unwavering. And that mountain, those roots that are holding that tree up, that stable mountain, that represents the stability that you are creating in yourself through the inner work that you're doing. So I think maintaining a regular practice of being grounded, meditation could be something that is great for you. And there are different ways to meditate. There are guided meditations, movement meditations. Just explore, practice, see what you like, what you don't like. I think the most important thing is to get into a practice of being grounded, get out into nature, cleanse your emotions. And then we also have the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Yeah, again, I feel like doing inner work can be really hard. It can be draining sometimes. Having like a higher level of self-awareness, or cultivating a higher level of self-awareness, or having any sort of like reflective practice or healing practice for yourself, although the results, what comes from it, is what we need and can be what is best for us, it can be very uncomfortable. The growing, pruning process can be very uncomfortable and challenging, but this is something that is happening for your absolute highest good. This is something that is supporting you in the most amazing ways so that you can have that inner stability and that overall fulfillment. You are going to be so fulfilled. So I think that just committing to your inner work is going to lead to so much more than you could have ever imagined. It's going to lead to just great fulfillment overall. I sound like a broken record, but I can't emphasize enough that this is something that is happening for you, opening your heart up, like cracked open, and how her, like in the card, this person's heart is open and there's like this rose blooming from their chest. That's your light blooming out, your authenticity blooming out. That is what is coming from the inner work and healing that you're doing if you stay committed to it. If you stay committed to that, especially with study. When you think about studying, it's not something you can do just one time maybe and you'll ace the test. Maybe for some people, not for me. Or if you're getting a degree in something, if you're really wanting to specialize in something or have like a really strong knowledge in something, you don't just study one time and then you know everything there is to know about that subject. You stay committed to the practice of studying. So stay committed. I feel like this card also calls to staying committed to your process. Yeah, just stay committed to yourself. The last thing we're gonna look at, pile 3, is just some affirmations from your higher self. And we are gonna look at what affirmations your higher self wants you to just kind of keep with you, keep close to you, and just keep in the forefront of your mind. So we have the only approval I need is my own. And I love that this is like a lone wolf, because it's like you're alone, but you're not lonely. Like you might seem alone, but you got them ones with you. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think it's really important with this inner work that you're doing to validate yourself first. I feel like that's something that's important for you to remember, that you validate yourself first and you're living your life for you and not anyone else. So we have worrying about what others think is only a distraction to living courageously. With that star card, live courageously, be authentic. Nobody knows your needs better than yourself. It's in you. Group 3 is in you. If you want to take a screenshot of that. Okay, let's see. What other? Wow, your higher self has a lot to say, group 3. There's so many cards that keep exploding out every time I'm shuffling these decks, which the other piles I feel like were a bit slower. So I feel like maybe that could point to you just seeing really dramatic changes, maybe that feel like they happen all at once. Like that could point to you having a lot of like revelations or downloads at once when you really commit to this inner work and healing. Asking for help is a gift I give myself and others. I think this came out in one of the other piles too, so you definitely could have been called to another one. Admitting that you need help shows strength of character. It takes a great person to let go of their ego and accept guidance. The ego will always fight for its survival. It's always up to you if you let it win. And this is why it's important for you to stay grounded and stay rooted for your heart, because then you're taking action from a more harmonious place for you and in your world and the world around you. Oh, we got 2. I was gonna get one more, but we have 2 that came out, so. Oh, I almost forgot. If you want to take a screenshot of this one to keep with you. Okay, now let's get into these other ones. I embrace the rhythm of life and let it unfold. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, take 3 deep breaths and calmly repeat this affirmation. Try also looking into a mirror. Yeah, some sort of mindfulness practices, a yoga practice, just really staying grounded is something that's going to help you navigate like just life and the different changes so well. I just can't stress enough how important it is for you to stay grounded. Pile 3. Happiness is a choice. I choose happiness today. You choose what to focus on. Pick a positive thought that you have. Allow the feeling to spread through your body and feel the joy. Repeat daily. Yeah, I feel like the both of these really point to how important it is to stay grounded. With this, I want to add the caveat that like, yeah, we can choose what to focus on. Yeah, we can pick a positive thought, but I think we also have to allow room for nuance in the experiences, the specific experiences that everybody is having. So I think a better spin on it could maybe be control what you can control, and something that you can't always control is your, or that you always have power to connect to, I should say, is your inner self. And a consistent mindfulness practice is something that can help you, like, even through the turbulence of life, really stay rooted and grounded in yourself, in your values, in your authenticity, live life from a very values driven place. Like, you could be someone who is very values driven or has clear like moral ethics that you follow. And so I feel like as you continue to go through the different cycles and phases of life, the different changes around you, it's important to stay like rooted in who you are in yourself, especially with that Judgment and Star card. In the harmony, it's important for you to stay rooted and grounded in yourself. And along with happiness, like, you can choose peace at any time as well. Tranquility, you can choose to like take a moment for yourself and give yourself what you need at any time. And I think it's also important to remember in staying grounded that multiple things can exist at one time. You can be experiencing feelings of happiness, feelings of grief, feelings of joy, feelings of fulfillment, feelings of disappointment, feelings of impatience, frustration. There are a lot of different things that can be true at one time. And so another way that you can remain really emotionally stable and embody that King of Cups energy is committing to a practice that allows you to stay grounded and rooted in who you are, even with maybe having a lot of complex feelings, emotions, or thoughts around your life or experiences that you may have in your day-to-day. So here are these two as well, if you want to take a screenshot of those. And those are all of the messages that I have for you today, group 3. Thank you so much for being here for this reading. I love you so much. If you feel like this resonated with you at all, or any part of this reading really sparked some insights or anything like that for you, definitely leave a comment down below. I'd love to connect with you. Please like this video if you enjoyed the reading, and subscribe so that you can stay connected with the Inner Alchemy Oracle community for future readings. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.